One genre of film I always find fascinating, though people don't talk about it very much, is exploitation films, if for no other reason than the absurd amount of subgenres that fall under that umbrella, one of the more well-known being nunsploitation films, which usually just involve nuns going crazy because they find out what sex is. Now, to be clear, today's film is not an exploitation film, but at least in my mind, it is very clearly the classy grandmother of nunsploitation, Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger's 1947 film Black Narcissus. A group of young nuns are going to the Himalayas to try to establish a new convent, despite the village they're going to not being very interested. Not only that, but where they've decided to establish the convent used to be where the general kept his harem, so there's a lot of risque art still on the walls. Outside forces begin to push back against the nuns' struggle to gain control over their surroundings, from the isolation, to the altitude sickness, to a charming expat named Dean, who starts making some of the nuns question their vows. Plus, there's definite culture clashes, and even nature seems to be against them, with a constantly howling wind starting to drive them insane. On top of all that, their order doesn't make their nuns make a lifelong pledge to the church. Instead, it does a yearly commitment. So now they have to decide if they want to keep struggling or give up on their work altogether. This movie is clearly, as you can tell from the clips, gorgeous to look at. The director of photography said he took inspiration from painting, specifically the Dutch painter Vermeer, and you can really tell. The backdrops are clearly fake, but in Technicolor give this gorgeous, otherworldly quality. They're actually blown up black and white pictures, which were colored with pastel art, which just make the colors pop even more. To me, it just adds to making this film look like a living painting. The directors, Powell and Pressburger, did a lot of projects together, and they're all pretty great. I especially recommend Red Shoes and A Matter of Life and Death. And as an added little trigger warning, there is brown face in this movie. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't notice it till this time watching it. This is my second time watching it. But yeah, no, there's a character in brown face. So if you do not want to watch that, I totally understand. If you do, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy.